Welcome to the Pirate's Cove, where the legends of the high seas are born and where tonight's story is about to unfold. Settle in, me hearties, and prepare to be transported to the world of swashbuckling adventures and daring escapades. Gather round the flickering lantern light and let the tales of the legendary pirates captivate your imagination. Under the blazing orange glow of a setting sun, the sails of the Crimson Horizon billowed against the salty wind, carrying the smell of the open sea and the promise of adventure. Captain Marlowe Red-Eye Kane, a tall pirate with a tattered crimson coat and a mechanical eyepiece that glimmered in the light, stood at the bow, his boots clicking against the weathered wood. "All right, crew, we've got word of the Azure Pearl, the most precious jewel in the western seas, guarded by the cursed tides of Widow's Reef." His booming voice was met with a cheer from the mismatched crew. Rowena, the quick-witted navigator with a map tattooed across her arm. Briggs, the towering shipwright who carried a hammer as if it were part of him. And Finley, the youngest cabin boy, as wide with excitement. "But Captain," Finley piped up, "they say the Widow's Reef swallows ships whole like a giant's maw." Marlowe grinned, revealing a gold tooth. "Aye, lad, and that's exactly why it's worth our time." As the night deepened, the Crimson Horizon sailed into waters black as ink, the moon casting silver streaks across the restless waves. Rowena leaned over the map by lantern light, muttering, "If my calculations are right, the currents here shift every hour. We miss it, and we're feeding the reef. No pressure, eh?" Briggs grunted, hammer resting on his shoulder. Then came the eerie sound, low, rumbling, like a drumbeat from beneath the sea. The crew froze. "What in Neptune's name was that?" Finley whispered. Without warning, the ship lurched violently to the side, and out of the waves rose a towering figure, part woman, part coral-covered skeleton, her eyes glowing with a pale green light. "Turn back, thieves of the tide." The Sea Widow's voice echoed like crashing surf. Marlowe stepped forward, planting his boot firmly on the deck. "Sorry, love, but we've come too far to turn back now. That pearl's got our name on it." The Sea Widow let out a bone-chilling laugh, and the waters around the ship began to swirl into a whirlpool. The crew scrambled, rowing barking coordinates, Briggs fastening the rigging, Finley clutching the mast for dear life. "We'll need full sails and a prayer," Rowena shouted over the wind. "We'll need more than that," Marlowe replied, pulling from his coat a small compass that spun wildly before stopping dead north. "This," he said, "will guide us through the curse. If you trust me." With a roar, the ship plunged straight into the whirlpool's heart. Spray blinded their eyes, ropes snapped under the strain, and the deck tilted until they felt the edge of falling. Then, in a burst of light, the sea calmed. Before them, nestled in a ring of jagged rocks, floated the Azure Pearl, glowing like a captured star. Marlowe turned to his crew with a grin that matched the gleam of the treasure. "Well, mates, looks like dinner's on me tonight." Finley, still trembling, managed a smile. "Captain, that was incredible." Marlowe winked. "And that, lad, is just another day for the Crimson Horizon." The sails caught the wind once more, carrying the pirates toward their next legend, as the distant laugh of the Sea Widow echoed faintly over the waves. And so the tale of the Crimson Horizon and the perilous journey to the Azure Pearl came to an end on this night. But fear not, me hearties, for the adventures of these legendary pirates are far from over. Join us next time as we continue to explore the uncharted waters of their extraordinary escapades. Until then, keep an eye on the horizon, for there may be buried treasures and salty sirens just beyond the setting sun. Thank you for joining us at the Pirate's Cove. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to stay tuned for more swashbuckling adventures. Until next time, may your sails be full and your spirits higher than the crow's nest.